For once again, in Chakesi and Komo Bibia when Yabra share on this particular platform. Now, the news of Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, and Elon Musk, currently in the United States of America, it is what is trending. But then, far from whatever is going on between Elon Musk and his riffraff with President Donald Trump, there's something to which also concerns Ghana and also Africa. And I mean, can say it even concerns Africa as a whole. And this particular news, I'm out for say first batch ni release I see a Ghana ye won song no e kam yakwa say the second batch no one sha Ghana we will not be spared. Again, so yeah, that's sorry, yeah. President Donald Trump information abane say we di kan abane and as the list be about out or abane 12 African countries from coming to the United States of America. Now, listen ye be brain, some ye be brain. But before then, I just want you to get a clue of what he is doing and how even this particular news has shocked a lot of African countries. With some even saying say some of the African countries are Donald Trump, Eddie Omudi etos our travel ban no mu no, they have already qualified for the FIFA World Cup. Some are yet to. You see what happens to them? What happens to their supporters? And mind you, Ghana, Nigeria is in the mix here. Because I'm for say baby a FIBA no first batch now. I say your son no second batch no. We will be part of it. Now, before I bet to us, we want you to watch this particular video. Yeah, but we have all the list, the details, and how Ghana we should be backing up, especially President John Dramani Mahama. He has to do something. If baby a baby do know, a baby yes a Ghana for you to United States of America be man.
U.S. President Donald Trump has announced a full travel ban on 12 countries and partial ban on 7 others. Their countries his administration deems dangerous, calling them a risk to national security. Reporter Steve Futterman is on this story for us. He joins us now from Los Angeles. So, Steve, what are the details on these bans?
Well, Arthi, if you hear travel ban and Donald Trump, you may say, didn't I hear this once before? Yes, in 2017, Donald Trump imposed what was widely called a Muslim ban. This is similar, not identical. As you mentioned, 12 countries will be affected with this total travel ban. We can take a look at some of them now. Mostly countries in the Middle East and Africa, among them Afghanistan, Libya, Iran, Somalia. There are other countries, 7 other countries. We can take a look at those right now who will be given partial travel bans. These countries include, you see there, Cuba, Laos, and Venezuela. Now, Trump, in making his announcement,
okay, so I want you to take a very critical look at what really happened. Now, Osha in Semana reporter Nekan, second list not the buyer, Togo was inside. Togo. Togo. Now, if you think Togo was inside and it's a bit maybe harsh or it's something that it is a bit concerning, wait until Bakuna Uhuyeno, which was also Sierra Leone. In Tiakamia, the countries around us, Sisi no Togo ko, yes, Burkina Faso, the Eba. Ivory Coast there, Ghana already know Trump a year in Homeland Security. What yes, in Homeland Security and also Immigration Customs Enforcement from ICE. List on the buy early January HS one more they've overstayed their visa in the United States of America and Ghana for Nigeria. It didn't intimate here. So clearly you could see that first batch na you release ya Ghana yen kan ho no e kamia kwese ebedi ho. Now, BBC News reported it this way because we want to give the details of how this particular travel ban and things in it. Also, US President Donald Trump has signed a new travel ban affecting 12 countries, 7 of them in Africa, citing national security concerns. Some national security concerns, we don't know what national security concerns are. His Excellency Donald Trump he is talking about. But according to Donald Trump, any now buying more parties say these countries they pose a huge national security risk to a year now buying. Now, far from that, so there's more. I say 7 additional countries will also face partial travel restrictions. So apart from the 12, 7 others. So 7 other na Togo DP, Sierra Leone edin EPM. Otra said the US president said the list could change if countries make material improvements and warned that more nations could be added as new threats emerge globally. So clearly, what I was trying to say is that first list na bana Ghana yenka hu Togo ako PM adebayo ntiminko US. Sierra Leone ako PM. Second, first list na bana sa country si omo ben ye neighbors on ako PM no. Eno nche se Ghana e ho son. There is another list coming. This time around, it will include Ivory Coast. It will include Burkina Faso. It may also include Ghana. So clearly, they are very sensitive. Now, shall I say, we don't want them. Trump bans travel from 7 African countries to the US. Or say, we just don't want you. Tia, and a BBC sound breaking it down. Say countries affected. Intuition has here, they were giving us a breakdown. Say the US President Donald Trump has signed a proclamation banning citizens of 7 African countries from traveling to the US. Into no uyobi ultimate reading graph here. Yellow icon partial restrictions. Red no a complete ban. Partial restrictions no orange no. And a red no air complete ban. Into ye enlarging na untimi hu what is here. Into share there ha. Partial restrictions so maybe a red if you can see my keza and kebeboa maybe a red orange no one osha across a southern part of America. So you are talking about maybe some Chile countries, some countries or more the tip of a Brazil no and some part of ABR countries we are more the belt coast of the United States of America. Red no shall I say red no complete ban no osha Africa, Libya, near that baby and even some parts of Asia, and a complete ban. And even certain parts of Russia, and and our back Ghana, Yabubuania, Togo, or more partial restrictions. And a friend is a red no about him. Now, Togo, the ain't mean chess, ABR. The reason why President Donald Trump or banning Togo no, is because of ABR. President, what change constitutional bit my vice president, we don't know. Now, I want you to share there. So the proclamation signed on June 4th targets Chad, Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Libya, Somalia, and Sudan, who are among 12 countries listed. Others also include Afghanistan, Myanmar, Haiti, Iran, and Yemen, source the White House. So clearly, no, my graph, no, am I a vivid way of how the whole thing is. Now, mind you, said 2017 to Donald Trump also effected a similar travel ban, but that one was mostly to countries. And Togo have always been travel ban. In fact, way last time at Trump, they slapped them with a travel ban. The ban that will go into effect from Monday, June 9th, also restricts, but stops short of banning entry of people from 7 other countries: Burundi, Sierra Leone, Togo, Cuba, Venezuela, Laos, and Turkmenistan. Ottawa said the order resurrects a policy from transfer stem which caused a chaos at airports and led to legal challenges. Somalia, Chad, and Sudan were included in a 2017 ban, which was labeled a Muslim ban. First Trump term, Somalia, Chad, and Sudan were banned. I'm focused. Oh, it was because of Muslims near there. This time around, Trump at Patrim. Togo, Muslims essentially knew us a young man form headquarters. And you have a peme, Medekuku, Omu Krom no, I benibia ni kro kese bibi ofi Togo. No kre no. Aha. But Togo ni Sierra Leone first first travel ban no. But sisi ane de omaka home. First one in 2017, Somalia, Chad, and Sudan. And most people deem that one as what? A Muslim ban. But this time around, Trump are widening. Now, Trump said something, or said, we don't want them. Trump said, adding that he believes the US can't have open migration from any country where we cannot safely and reliably vet and screen those who seek to enter. So basically, Trump in the argument, they say, most of these countries, it is ruled by autocrats. Or could the president or so on, so no party, nothing. Yeah, and about or none of the leaders are autocracy, basically something like that. And I say because of that autocracy, you to me who say nipa na urban or correct because systems they bit me are checking or to me my railroad systems and checking. If these people are said one person by the United States of America, no, if they are legit or not. If they are what? They are legit or not. Now, Osha has said, so I see the new ban. The new ban came days after an Egyptian man who had overstayed his visa was arrested and charged with carrying out an attack on a group of unarmed hostages being held in Gaza. It's basically not by say papa bi or Egyptian overstay the visa and on your chain say or attack hostages na say omo Gaza. Now far from that so you could see say country with highest business and tourism US visa overstay. Into no my list of countries are the highest okay, of people on match okrodima visa overstay. Into share on my left side country no chart 50% reach. You can't go for match power okrodima mudie so oba US say obedi 1 week 1 week you had onko hemfa okwe fom akoye den or cabro chiri ho. If you are the second country Laos. Laos no 35%, Haiti 31%, omo back 1% beko per percentage view no. Congo 30%, Myanmar 27%, Sudan, Africa, Sudan 26%, Djibouti 24%, also Africa, Equatorial Guinea 22%, Eritrea 20%, Yemen any Ghana I believe, any Africa I believe, and it's 20%. Liberia 19%, Togo 19%, Sierra Leone 15%, Burundi 15%, Turkmenistan 15%, DR Congo, ni African countries 15%, Mauritania 14%, Malawi 14%, Angola 14%, Cape Verde 13%. Now, Ghana no your visa overstay rates no it is somewhere between 11 and 9. Because now release here no ye won Nigeria se kakra bi. Inti no se release next batch ne dia me na make catch say Africa no and Ghana no we will likely be part. We will likely be part. In some way, cost no. Ama manfo bebre ka say pa na air cost. Now BBC also says something here. I'll say other alleged reasons for the ban. Omu my other reasons are they want to cite. Oh, these are the reasons and also are contributing for this ban. I'll say number 1, deficient vetting. Screened by listed countries, Somalia and Sudan. These countries, their structures, it doesn't allow the US to go into the system to vet them and know, say, one more mobile chronim if they have adrenaline poor, if they are legible, if they are mobile chronim, like would they overstay? Some resources in the US meeting they are checking, it is not even there. What am I saying? Acquire only passports it is not there, it is not available. 2, lack of cooperation accepting nationals deported from the US. So most of these countries, omo call for by US no overstay yes okay mumfi ma overstay ya dem call back ya the omo call sa countries now they don't want to take them. One of that African countries is Eritrea. Eritrea ko for kwa gu US to ye deport you almost Eritrea ban say onje. 3, terrorist presence. And some of the countries here ban you one of the reasons are Donald Trump agents waka sansem terrorist presence. Afghanistan, Iran, Somalia, and Libya. And you bet obi the bomb be no akujina kran pu ha. Nen ko for 500 100 de wu. No aka say Allah kubani on your year so or wu a okọ heaven e be man 7 virgins and wives. Nti anu tia na oye. E kuro bi say Iran sir. And na yanka say African countries Somalia and Libya. But then I have a problem with Libya because Libya was more like the New York of Africa. And Obama therefore ya buy number 2 Gaddafi and the AC. Says I confirm so okay mutu than any year ba abrocha ba be greener pastures America for say boy yem pemom. And therefore so I'm di kan Ghana there for the first time there so it's way there you man say oh okay we have a bit of luck okay you see but Ghana yen can but non say we will be spared in the next list. Remember said Trump Eka say they are still looking at bringing more lists as what more news and more revelations and research continues to unfold. So we are here. Yempe situation year nebe ende and I say before the year will end, because walk up and say a ban gun. Any banner idea, I just say Mahama ne ministers in Kwana supporters for stadium who. Anyways, in some way and a so definitely we are following these issues a lot. More updates as all of these particular various events will continue to unfold.